Did you send him? Okay. Hey,
Hello, hello.
how are you, Achilles? Nice
Uh,
to see
uh,
you.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm starting to see each week how um I guess it's what your life is normally like, where my phone is just one message from one person, then before you can even answer that one, someone else is another message, and uh it's just very my phone is just busier and busier now. Like just from emails and texts. I'm not even trying to talk to anybody. It's just like boom, 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 all these different things. And I was like, I guess this is when you're running your own business.
And it becomes successful. Yeah,
Yeah, I
congratulations.
mean it's a sign of things progressing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not used to to my phone being so active. Um
So it's all about,
that
yeah,
Neelam that I see
yeah, that's
floating around in
Nila.
space.
That's why I had the the background so that,
It looked like she was like a superhero flying through space in the galaxy or
yeah,
something.
she's a superhero. Yeah, we're going to Seattle by the end of May, so we're excited for
Have you guys been there before?
a little vacation. Never. It's our first time.
Wow, that's that's amazing. I mean, I've never been, but I've heard really good things about that city,
Yeah.
um, and the people. Um, all right, so how are you? How are you feeling for the big celebration?
So yeah, uh, I'm okay. I've been, I've been working a lot. Um, uh, I've got new ideas, as you know. Mercy is potentially going to join the Baby Warriors and see if her level matches the Baby Warrior level.
Okay.
And the idea is to figure out a way so that she can benefit from a grant. Um, so yeah, that's something I wanted to discuss with you, and maybe we can work on that. About the party on May the 3rd. It's coming soon, so
It's
I'm
in three
late.
three days.
Yeah, I haven't published anything, but I'll do it today, and maybe, yeah, maybe we can do it during the session. So May the 3rd. Anybody who's interested in, the French MBA, as I like to call it, high immersion in a small group of four, or anybody who is part of the community who wants to connect with others in the French community, uh, who happen to have joined one of our sessions. Sorry, I'm just, yeah. You're welcome to join us, and to reconnect with everybody. Um, that would be, I think, great. But yeah, I didn't do my homework, so maybe we can also discuss about this. I know you want to help, so that's good news.
Okay, so well then there's a few things to tackle. So what the first thing that we'll tackle will be really, I guess, the most important, which is the thing on Monday, because that's the one that's in the shortest period of time, right? Like that's coming up no matter what. So for that event, what name would you like to give that? Because I mean, like you said, it is a party. It's also kind of a reunion. It's a bit of an open house where people can kind of come and meet each other, so forth, and meet and greet. But we definitely want to give it a name so that from month to month, people can start saying like, "Oh, are you going to the blank thing?"
Yeah.
You know. So, what would you like to call it?
That's a good question. So I basically called it a party reunion. uh, but well, yeah, it's about reconnecting with others in the French community. You know,
Well, I mean, it really is. I mean, the name and the purpose don't necessarily have to tie it together, right? Because the reunion is what this one will be like, but because it's going to be every month, you don't necessarily have a reunion every month, right? So it'll be an ongoing thing. So we know that the purpose will be to function as reunion this first time. But if we, something along the lines of it being like a French party, sure. But
yeah.
we want to.
So, yeah.
How do you say party in French?
Une fête.
Ugh,
Party.
Horrible. Infect?
It's not infect. Une fête. A party. Yeah, une fête.
Yeah. A party. Une fête.
Yes.
That does not sound festive.
Yeah, that's true.
At all. The French.
Una fiesta. In Spanish. Fiesta. It's the same.
Yeah.
Same root. So let me just turn off these screens so I'm completely focused.
And the things about a meetup is tough because that people confuse that with the site, with that platform. Let's have a
yeah. So yeah, it's the idea is to reconnect with others that
well, why don't we just call it the community party? Okay,
yeah.
If we end up with a better name later, then that's all fine. But community party works because community really is a good branding link to have through some of your stuff, because it is open to everyone in the French community. That's also helps make it a bit more clear, because like you said, somebody right off the street can't just pop in there without having like spoken to you or anything like that. It is people who have had at least one real contact with
yeah. And if you're new, if you're interested, as we already said in the past, just reach out to me and we'll talk 5 minutes, half an hour, in between that range, just to get to know each other and see what interests you, and you're more than welcome to join that party, to connect with others, yeah, and to learn about the forum. That on the forum everybody's welcomed as well. It's entirely free. You can learn about the Jedi session, also entirely free, but there's a condition to participate in that Jedi session, and then the French MBA with the baby warriors and the rubies.
Okay, so what we'll do now, since time is of the essence, we'll go ahead and make that flyer a fast.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's focus. So again, that part, if you're watching this, it's going to be not so exciting, but yeah, we're designing a flyer, an invitation.
Well, this will be a great tutorial in Canva, the Canva platform.
Right. For everybody in the My French community. Yeah, I'll send emails tonight. I'll publish this on Facebook, everywhere.
Those uploads. Ooh, is your logo in here? And I don't think it is. Okay, so it's not. All right, let me pull it over.
It's at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Monday, and it's going to be every first Monday of the month. Obviously, this one is a bigger one since we've got lots of folks from before, from last year, who might be interested just to pop in, to reconnect with the others. And then the following month is going to be at 7 p.m. so that Seth and Brady could join. This one is at 1 p.m. so that Luda can join and others.
Get this thing out of the way. All right. So text. Let's just use this one. Okay. Good God, what the hell? All right, let's make this.
And I'm assuming you will be there, Achilles, as well. So
yes, I think Shambi is going to be there as well.
Amazing.
I think you know, it's been.
By the way, I finished your book.
Well,
finally.
I think what I saw this morning, my allergies were really bad. So the past 2 days, 2 days ago, I couldn't even open my eyes. I had to just lay in bed because the pollen, whatever, was like crazy. But I saw when I saw the quote that you had used, I know that quote is at the end of the book. So I was like, oh my God, he finished it. That was.
I really enjoyed every moment of it, and I want to read the next book now.
You know, it's still for me very. It feels very strange.
Please don't take so much time to write the second one, because it was really. I know it's a lot of work, but I mean, you've got readers now. I'm part of your readers. I'm looking forward to read your second book.
This won't even open up. But the quote that you picked is actually my favorite part of the entire book, of the stuff that I wrote.
I hope it's not a spoiler, but
yeah. Well, I mean, if anything, they could read the whole book understanding that maybe that was kind of like
it's a teaser.
What was happening for me, I guess. Yeah. But it took me a long time to get to that place. All right, my French community,
and it reminded me Jim Carrey's announcement. Basically his speech, you know, he had a famous speech at a graduation. There's a name for that, I forgot.
At a graduation, it's like whether the valedictorian, no,
right,
something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if this necessarily,
you know, when you're the guest of honor and you get to
right.
Talk, you're not the best of your class, but
yeah, then you're the valedictorian.
Already somebody who made it.
It's the valedictorian.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, so
I think that I mean, I think that is a very wise tradition to do that. I remember I graduated from a French engineer, both engineer and business school, and you know, from a French university. And there was a ceremony, but it wasn't as impactful as you know, the one they do here in the US. And I think it's very wise to do that, to tell, you know, the folks who just graduated that it's just the beginning. It's not the end to you know, have achieved that, you know, graduation, to have that diploma. And it's a bit the case in life. And your book actually talks about it a lot. I think that you talk about it, that you mentioned that you know,
that it's a journey.
Yeah, that it's a journey, and that it's important to enjoy that journey. And if you have the illusion that it is about the destination, you'll be disappointed when you get there. And even if when you fail, you also fail to understand that you have to enjoy that journey.
Well, actually, for most of the book, I'm a bartender, right? Or at least
Yeah.
half of the book, and it was bartending that got me to see how many people were living their lives, that they would come to the bar because they were
Yeah.
a doctor, they were a lawyer, and so forth. And they thought that once they got that law degree, or once they got the law firm, or once they became a surgeon, that their life would be perfect and happy. Because for them, it was about the destination. And once they reach that destination, they're like, well, where's the happiness? Where's the joy? So they would come to the
Right.
bar and be drinking, miserable because life didn't turn out the way they thought it would. They thought that it was about that destination. And seeing that made me constantly aware of like, okay, so then yeah, they have a lot of money and they have the Armani suits and all this other stuff, but it was
Exactly, and it's almost like when you've got that status, when you've made it, so to speak, it's very easy to fall into boredom and blaming everything for, just having, that status and that kind of stagnation feeling,
right.
uh, and then feeling frustrated and yeah,
All right, so
rather than focusing on little by little every week, trying to discipline yourself, and either meet with Achilles, or meet with your peers, the rubies, the baby wires, in a small group.
well, I mean,
And
there's really something incredibly precious and powerful about having a small group of people
yeah,
who are invested in your growth and will
right,
push you. And the pushing part is what's tricky, because some people just will let the person like, okay, whatever you want, go at your pace. But if those people who will push you in a way that they out of love, right, and hopefully out of example, because they'll be doing it too. So whether it's to work out or to learn a new language or anything, it's such a really powerful
oh yeah,
thing to have. What other thing did you say? So I know we would say the first Monday of every month. I guess
yeah.
that might be good to have here at the bottom in smaller print, but
Well, you could say, yeah. And what's confusing is I'm going to alternate, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. just because I have that
right.
that
Well, and the alternating, they'll see that as you promote it throughout the month, and every
okay,
time
yeah,
people go to one of these, of course, you'll make it clear, like, hey guys, that just so you know, next month it'll be at this time. They'll see
yeah.
it in the promo. So this, we just have to make it, as bold and clear as possible that people can see it. Now, this post will have the link or the email. What do you want in the actual post itself? Like this says, my French community party, 1 p.m. May 3rd.
Yeah, we'll put the I don't know if the Zoom link.
Well, if you put the
Uh,
Zoom link, then you're going to have people jumping in who may not have had any interaction with somebody in the community.
yeah, but I can let them in by just seeing the names.
Right, but let's say you don't recognize the name, and it's because
Uh-huh.
somebody else invited them. You still want to let them in, but you wouldn't
Right,
know.
right.
You
What do you
wouldn't know who
suggest
that
we
person.
do then?
So yeah. So if, like, let's say Lula decides, oh, I'm going to invite my sister. She really love this, blah blah, which is great. She should, fine.
Yes, yes.
But if you see that name pop up, you're not going to know that that's Luda's friend, or if it's just some random creeper
Oh,
from.
we can ask the people in the room. Do you know that person?
Well, you can, but then you might end up asking that a lot of times throughout the thing. Then
Okay,
people will be
yeah. It's
busy
better
talking.
that they just once they do have the link, they're able to come
I
in.
would suggest to put your email address.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Do you have what email address would we use?
Right now I'm using Rafa at FrenchConversations.online.
Coño.
I didn't figure the my French community yet. The emails from there. I think it might be easy. Let me see.
Well, I mean, it not that you have to do this right now, but at some point you can create through the website an email address that's Rafa at myfrenchcommunity.com.
Right.
Because that promotes the website. It makes it very easy to remember and all that. But like, you don't have to do that right now. Maybe for next month's thing, you have.
I think it's very easy to do it. So let me just do it. I think it'll take me a few minutes.
All right. While you do that, I'll fix
Yeah.
this.
Rafa at myfrenchcommunity.com. Okay, next. Oh, okay. They want. Hold on. All right, so I'm doing it. For some reason they make me pay for that. Whoa.
That really doesn't surprise me. So that's why I was like, if you wanted to just make it,
Uh,
how much do they charge for that? Because like I don't have that for my site. Mine is planetachilles@gmail.com.
Right.
But of course, it would be nice to. But and it also looks weird to say Achilles at planetachilles.com. It seems like I'm an egomaniac.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it at this point.
Yeah, but do you have a
per
typical
month.
email address? Or if you don't,
They can email it for now at Rafa at French
do
Conversations.
you want to check and see if myfrenchcommunity@gmail.com is available?
Okay, why not? Yeah. Da. My French community. Okay. It seems it is.
Fantastic. Now you have one more email address to add to the list. I tell you, like I have so many.
Eli. Okay.
Maybe I'll put this up here.
Okay. I agree. My French community at gmail.com.
Okay, let's get this to that. Bold.
Great logo.
Yeah. Let's see. I see I need to.
By the way, if you have the Isa's bio, I could update the Wix.
I updated her
okay.
bio on Wix. The photos,
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a minute. I did do the work, but I have them on hidden pages.
I see it. Yeah, you did it.
You see the hidden pages?
No, I see the updated
The bio.
bio.
Yeah. Okay, so this logo thing, I don't know why it's bothering me so much, but I'm just gonna go like that. And okay. This has to be small. And this will be here.
So I'm also going to put myself more out there for that project of making the forum somehow uh, in a incremental way user owned. So that's something that really interests me. Just to better study, how to do that. If there's incremental ways to do it, if there's like an easy way to do it, um, and yeah, because I'd like the forum to be free and to be. It is already free, but it is on a server that for which I pay a very nominal fee every month. But I don't want to own people's data. So it's a very ambitious idea, but I haven't, I've been speaking, and now it's time for me to reach out and to study a little bit more that thing. So once I have a better idea of the incremental ways to do that, we could also discuss that together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I've also purchased I also purchased FrenchMBA.com. I don't know why. I just like that
I know, okay, I know
that
that you
domain.
I know that you love that, and I do understand why you love it.
Yeah.
The It's only tricky because for someone who doesn't
Oh,
know all of that and they see
yeah.
it, it's a little confusing.
Hold
But
on, Achilles. Don't you think that my French MBA is better than just French MBA? Just to make it like align with my French community, my
okay,
French
but
MBA.
the thing is that
Anyways,
MBA is not something people will understand right off the bat. They don't know. And if anything, if they do, if they have, everybody knows what an MBA is, right? So when they
yeah,
put MBA with French, they're going to be like, well, I don't understand. Once you explain it, it makes sense. But it is
yeah.
a challenge. I know you love it. And it's shorter than my French community, but all right.
I
So
think that my French MBA. I know what you're saying, but my French MBA sounds better than French MBA, right? Just to make it
correct. Yes.
align. Damn.
Well,
I'm spending $5 for nothing.
I mean, wait, I'm not even gonna ask it. You're done by there. All right, so this how does this look to you?
It looks great. So my French community is having a party. So this Monday, right? Next Monday.
It says 1 p.m. Monday, May 3rd for
Today
link
is the
invite.
last day of April. So Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to join, if you've ever been in a session, free session, paid session, casual Saturday, anything, and you just want to reconnect with others, share about your journey in French, all of that, reach out at myfrenchcommunity@gmail.com. I'll send you the Zoom link, but if you don't have it, it's very, I'll send it to you.
Okay,
And
so and I made a note here that it is very important for us to remember on Monday while we're having this event to get people to get a photo of it, like a screenshot of the people doing it, right? Of however many people are there, and to have them give their permission, saying
right.
it's okay. Because for next month, how great it is to show what this looks like, how many people are
Yes.
on there, what they're doing. So for every event, you have to collect that
Yeah.
photo footage, whatever you want to call it, so that you can help use it. So I made a note here to remember to do that, because in the event there's usually so much going on. A lot of times people will forget to go ahead and do that. All right, so this poster right here I will send to you, and then you can send this as in a text, in an email, post it on Facebook, do whatever you want with it.
Great.
But I will be emailing that to you. Okay, so now with the there was 3 things we had to talk about. There was that one, there was, you saw the bio, the hidden pages.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Okay, I can show you the hidden pages, and I believe that everybody that's in the photos that I'll be showing you on this live has already given their permission.
All of them except I didn't hear back from Kaiman, and
Kaiman, I did not put on there.
right, he's one of the baby wire who
Is
was.
there a Navid? Is his last name?
Oh, Navid is said he's okay with it.
Okay, so I do have everybody's permission because I saw you put that list of all the names. So those are the names that I was going with. So that's fantastic. So
all of them confirmed that they would be okay. So thank you everyone for
okay
for helping us putting pictures on the website.
All right, so then here is recently viewed the homepage sample. My God, I went in there and I ended up tweaking so many different things. It was driving me crazy, but okay. So so here we have the homepage. There's a faint shadow on here, which is an effect that I love that I just recently discovered. It makes this, like the word French looks like it's kind of like,
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it was nice and subtle. And I'm wondering why my scrolling's not working here. Come on, internet. I don't know if my thing froze or not. Am I frozen? No, right?
You frozen? No, you're not frozen.
No, I'm not frozen. Okay, so it's just the screen. Okay, let's go to the home page and see if it'll switch. The Wi-Fi here has been really bad. So the photos that that you'll see one for each level, I just need you to Christ in heaven. Let me know what you think of those. I think maybe it was the canvas blowing up my thing. Okay. And there we go. All right.
No, that's not the. Man, in the US we have so many credit cards.
Yes. The world is virtual now. Money is virtual, digital. Yep. Okay. There on what area of the website I have there was a photo that I had to do a lot of Photoshop to in order for it to really look its best. Not because of the way the person looked, but the interaction was one with you and Diane, and you're on YouTube chatting with her, just one-on-one. It was a great, I like that dynamic. What part of the website would that be for? Like, what is that? Is that being a Jedi?
That's probably no. That's probably the rubies on Sundays changed my life.
I thought the Sunday was the baby warriors, casual Sunday.
There's also the baby warriors. The Sunday morning, there's changed my life. Then there's Jedi, and then there's casual Sunday with the baby warriors.
All right. So YouTube is the Change My Life Sundays. Okay. All right. So here you see, I changed this so I made this a little bit pop out more. The beginner, intermediate, independent, groups limited to 4. What I love about this now is that it says limited to 4. So when they see these photos, they understand that, you know, here you're the instructor, there's the 4 people. You can visually see that these are small groups, which is great. This is what I have for the Jedis. It's just is there another person I can add into it?
There have been other people, yes, but
anyone whose photo I have. What is about that picture that has these 2 guys, the 2 white guys? One I think is a redhead. Was he a Jedi? Were they Jedis? No, I guess not.
Who?
There's a photo that I had from one of the things that I pulled. It has
that's Seth and Brady.
Yeah,
Seth and Brady were
baby warrior
rubies.
Rubies.
When I started the batch of the rubies, now a long time ago.
Okay, so
maybe?
But so for now, because here's the
Yeah.
thing,
They
like
could be Jedis. I mean, anybody can be a Jedi. And
anyone can be a Jedi. So but I didn't know if I had their permission because I couldn't read. What
we have Set and I think Brady. I think Set confirmed for Brady. So and they're very nice folks. So
okay,
thank
so
you to both of them.
so I can add them into there, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Red.
Oh, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. But
It doesn't have to be, but I do want it. What I really wanted to have was an instructor and 4 people for each
yeah,
one.
they did give their consent. So
Okay.
I think
And so for this one with the baby warriors, Shambi and Eli, are there 2 other people that would be baby warriors that
so we're discussing about Mercy being a baby warrior currently.
I just need someone who I could add in tonight.
You could add her in because
Do I have her picture?
she's on the last Jedi session, so we can take a print screen of that. I think Mercy.
I can track her down with the
I'll ask her again
okay.
to confirm, but
and what about
actually I didn't get her consent.
Okay. And Olga, did you get Olga's consent?
No, unfortunately, I didn't get Olga's.
Okay. Well, so for now, we'll just put these 2, right? Because
I wish her well.
Well, all right then. So yeah. For now, this works, I think, as a placeholder. You know,
nobody's perfect, and it's not.
Well, this is another thing, also, Rafa.
I learned a lot from that thing. But
I can tell by the way you approach the website. Believe me. So this is the thing. When I add those 2 guys,
in terms of making me a better person.
Yes.
I want to make sure that I'm
no,
because I assumed a couple of things, you know, and it's always better not to assume, you know.
Okay, yeah. Now pay attention, please.
Yeah.
So this is what I'll do. I'll put the 2 guys in here for the Jedi, so you have
Set them ready. Nice.
So what will end up happening, just by accident, is that somebody looking at this, they'll see less people here. There's space, someone to join. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's totally fine. And this layout then works well for you. Yes.
Yeah, I think it doesn't have to be perfect, and they'll see when they click, you know, one spot available. So I think for the purpose of the aestheticism, it's better if
it looks full.
If it looks full. So okay. you could I don't know if you want to get rid of me in that picture.
This one?
Yeah, I don't know, whatever, you know, so that it looks 444. Maybe it's nicer.
Well, I mean, and this was the thing that and because originally it was.
Because they have a picture of me there will be a picture of me there's already one, but.
Well, this is okay. So then you tell me what you think, because I really was conflicted in that.
Yeah, I think only pictures of folks. Maybe neither.
Well, let me finish. If you let me finish, I'm sorry. Conflicted. Okay. God. All right. I was conflicted because if someone up here sees that their group's limited to 4, and they see, like, if you look at this one, right? Are they going to, if they only saw 4 people, would they think that it's just the instructor with 3 people?
Right. So,
but when they look at the instructors, they'll see that picture they see there. I don't know, but then you have this beard and you look so different with that beard.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, I think if I just did the 4 for each one, at least the simplicity of it looks stronger.
Yes.
Okay. So
and don't put Isa or myself.
Well, I need 2 other baby warriors then.
We get Mercy, and maybe we can get Kaiman's approval, or we'll get just put 3 for now so they can see there's one spot open. There's also one spot open for the rubies right now.
Now, is this Isa? Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's her.
She looks very young.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what we just need is a 4th person here, and I'll take you out of this one.
Right. So let me ask Mercy. Mercy, can you hear us?
She ain't listening. So, and then the Jedis, I'll put those 2 guys in and you, and it'll just be.
I think you don't need me here. I don't know.
Well, if I put the 2 guys, can you have 2 people in one screen counting as 2 different people in the Jedis? Why were there two people in the screen? That's what I didn't.
Oh yeah. You can put. I mean, just like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. They were not part of the Jedi's. They were part of the
Okay.
rubies. So, but it doesn't matter. It's
All
just
right.
an
I'll put them.
illustration.
I'll put them in there, and I'll take you out of this one. I'll take you out of this one. I'll take Issa out if I can get one of Mercy, and then it could just be the three.
Jedi. Yeah. Who else we have? Did we hear back?
Diane. Where would I put Diane in this?
Yeah, exactly. You can put
exactly?
Diane somewhere.
I didn't know what I don't know who these where they belong. Is she a ruby?
Right. So the thing is, at the beginning, when I started the rubies, it wasn't limited to 4. So, for example, in that picture, there was also Bina below. Bina wasn't showing herself, but we were up to 6 or 7. It doesn't matter if it doesn't match. It's just
okay. All right. So what I'll do is I'll throw Diane into the Jedi's.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. What do you think about it? I don't know.
I'll you know what? I'll make it look good, and I'll have the permission. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and then,
we'll figure out the rest next week.
It's a ruby in the Jedi or something.
Yeah, I think no one else can care about us. All right, so this is the home sample. So this isn't the actual home page yet because I wanted to make sure that I have it clear, clean, and then I'll swap it over so I can take care of that. This is what I did for Baby Warriors sample. Okay. I made this have a little shine to it, the Baby Warriors title. And so here I made the schedule a little tighter also. And here, weekdays, photos.
Oh, weekdays. Wow. What a nice picture here.
Well, yeah.
Great job there.
What I do like about this, I wanted to get your opinion. I like that people can see that they can do this on their phone.
Yes.
I didn't want people that way they don't think that it has to be on their laptop, blah blah, that you can be on the go. You could be like Neela right here on the rooftop, just
exactly
relaxing.
Oh, she loves doing it from her phone.
I would hate doing it from my phone, but people I know I know a lot of people that like doing like that. I have clients that like to meet on their phone.
Oh, that page is really the pictures show show well the experience that.
Well, this has the most laughing in the thing. Yes, you look like a college student here.
I was fitter than now.
Well, and I remember I used to give you a very hard time about that background that you would have.
Yeah.
But all right, so then so what I did for the Baby Warriors is what I will do for the rubies and the Jedi's. So with the rubies.
Oh, Kaiman, let's see. My apologies for my late response. Yes, absolutely. Feel free to use any picture you have with me.
I do have the Kaiman photo. Okay.
The session that I participated. I really enjoyed the sessions that I participated in. I definitely hope to join again at some point when life craziness settles.
Okay, so for him, you'll send the invite on Monday. They can just pop in just to say hi. Yeah. So let me look at what we did.
By the way, I have the myfrenchmba.com now, just in case.
I know. I know you love that thing. All right. So so this page I haven't done yet because I wanted to make sure that you liked how it looked on the Baby Warriors one. That Baby Warriors one, I've even fixed it on the phone version. I'm crazy. So here I'll do the same thing. The picture about the Change Your Life Sundays, because here's Casual Saturdays, Change Your Life Sundays. So I can put that picture that I have of you and Diane here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes Luda participates as well.
I have a picture of Luda too, but the picture I have, because it shows that above your face it says YouTube, and I like the fact that it shows kind of like a different platform as well and how that looks. All right, so then I can,
fine.
I can add YouTube. What's her name? Diane.
So thank you, Cayman. If you hear us, I'll send you the invite Monday, guys. Don't forget at 1 p.m. if you want to reconnect with the cohorts. Feel free to use the Zoom link that I already sent to you, but I'll send another email to everybody. And for the new ones who just want to pop in and know nobody, just reach out to me. We'll have a little call, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We'll learn about you. That's it. The forum is free. The Jedi's is free. Connecting with others is free in this life, almost. Yeah, Zoom is free. But what's not free is to contribute to others, to generously give something that you can give to others. And if it happens to be in French, so be it.
Just a small
And even instructors, if instructors want to join, they're also welcome.
a small language correction for you. I was realizing why you do that, because if I'm giving something to you, I'm making a contribution, right?
Okay, yeah.
But the verb is contribute. So
contribute.
So the accent's actually in the middle. When I'll contribute something and it'll become a contribution. So it's weird that the accents don't fall the same. Because at first, like, why would he say? And I was like, oh, because you make a contribution. So
contribute.
Yes. Contribute.
Thank you. At home, we are both foreigners. So our English really sucks.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes you pull out phrases that I'm like, wow, how would he know that phrase without having like been born and raised in the US? And I don't know if sometimes it comes from movies or from TV or just from talking to people, but you guys have a very good grasp of the culture of the language.
Right, but at some point you have no merit. You live in the country, so it has to pick up somehow, especially if you make the effort to read a book by someone.
well, I remember when I learned how to speak Spanish, I would always say, because if you read a newspaper, there's these artículos that you have to read.
Yes.
But I always said artículo because I would hear culo.
Oh my God! Yes.
And in the class they always laughed, and I was like, they're laughing at my pronunciation. But I didn't know what was wrong with me saying artículo. I was like, that's how you say it.
Right. But to be honest, actually, it won't happen on its own. Even if I live in the country, I will still make mistakes unless, I start reading newspapers, which is my new goal now, on actually Gyan's advice. Reading articles will help me, it seems, to improve my English. And it's one of my goals.
Well, you're well on your journey. That's for sure. All right, so now we know what is left for me to do on that website. So I'll get the Ruby's page to look like the baby warriors, and the same with the Jedis. And I'll make it look. What I'm doing is I'm just going to make it look nice, pretty, functional, and then after Monday, we can figure out how to, if there's a need to make it more accurate or something like that. That's all fine.
Yeah, and this week I'll dedicate more time towards my French community. Like 2 weeks ago, when I started tweaking the website and all that, took me a lot of time.
Oh no!
By the way,
what I did today, that chunk of time to just come up with those. Oh my God! I was like, I swear to God, it ends up looking really good. That's the one thing I'll say. That at the end of it all, it looks good and it's clear, and you can and it's nice to be able to do it. But it is a time trap for sure. Now, so for Monday, okay,
right.
It starts at 1:00. Do you have any idea, more or less, of how many people you're expecting to have show up? 2, 5,
a handful of people, maybe. If
okay, so like 5 people, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 5 people if it's successful.
Well, let me tell you something. If not counting you and me, if there's 5 people, that is a success.
Yes.
Because truth be told, I think if 20 people showed up, it'd be
so Jean from Kansas, Selma from Ankara, Turkey, Seth from Orange City, I think, and Brady, Kaiman from I think he's from Canada and Toronto, I think. Who else? Joan also.
Now if Shambi shows, is Nilay going to be there?
Nilay, are you going to be there?
Yeah, for
For half an hour, she'll be there.
Okay. And would Isabel be there?
Oh, that's a good question.
How do you not think of these questions?
I know. Time goes by. Let me just.
Well, maybe would Nilay know if she's mentioned anything about it? Has anyone spoken to her about it? Does she know what's happening?
Does she know that there's a party on Monday? Isa. She does. She kind of like is unaware. Let me just.
Oh my! You have one staff. Your staff is one person.
At least I know. I'll be there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
And for her, even if she was just, and this is how I would present it to her. Okay. I see you typing away.
Right. Go ahead.
I would present it as for her to go. She'd have to not to spend the whole time, but just to go to kind of introduce herself and maybe see some people that she hadn't seen in a while. You know, she hasn't seen Shambi, so if Shambi's going to be on there, you know, so just say, could she make an appearance? It doesn't sound like Isabel's the type who wants to sit there.
I'll tell her Shambi will be there.
Yeah, I mean, my sister, it's very difficult to get a hold of her these days, but I
know lots going on with her.
Yeah, but I did talk to her about it because she was just like, I know she's going to try, so I'll find out for sure. I'll do a push, and I'll say and I'll tell my sister the same thing you're going to be telling Isa. I'm like, just go to make an appearance, just to say hi and stuff like that, or whatever.
Yeah, she cannot make it this month. The following month we'll do another one. Except Isa for the following month, she won't be able to make it because it'll be really late.
The timeline is crazy.
But the 2 months from now, then she will.
Well, exactly. So if you could also let her know she'll only have to do this every 2 months.
Right. Exactly.
Like how bad is that?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, no, everybody, you know, the Jedis, if you want to join in, it's a great opportunity for you to actually meet the other people in the other groups. So Naveed, I know you want to join this week. Manu,
what we'll do is we will, you know, however many people show up, the more the merrier, always. So, but with that being said, as it is the first time that we're doing it, we won't have to bother them with the breakout rooms or anything like that, right? We just everybody kind of be in the one thing together and kind of manage it that way.
I mean, it would be great to do the breakout I'm going to study it this weekend.
Right, and I think that that's the kind of thing to study for the following month, and we could maybe do something at some point in May, that to try it out, to practice, you know, if there's enough people.
Yeah.
But
it's a bit too ambitious for Monday.
Well, I only thought that if it was something that we might need if we were going to get this a whole lot of a lot of people. But I think it's good for the first one where everybody can just talk to everybody. It's a smaller group, and then just have it grow from there. So I think in that sense it'll be just fine. I mean, of course I'll be there just quiet because I don't. Au revoir, I say. That's goodbye, right?
Au revoir. Yes. Au revoir.
So I won't say that until the end.
Tomorrow morning I have a casual Saturday with the Rubies.
How do you say hello in French?
Bonjour.
Oh God, how could I not know that? Bonjour. Okay. I know, I got it so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, anyone who is interested in my French community, you know, you can join for a session for free, just to so you could join depending on your level. That's why we need to know your level. But tomorrow the Rubies are B1 plus, B2, and you could join that session for free. It's a great way to join because on casual Saturday we don't have any agenda. Yeah, I remember lots of folks who joined and were on the verge of joining, and you know, for some reason they were not sure to commit so much time. I remember, what's her name? There was a person here from Delaware, amazing woman with so much good energy. Anyways, anybody can join.
Well, and I think that there's something really special about the My French Community party, in that it's something that you can offer anyone who said, "Oh, I want to do it," and if they couldn't because of their schedule, or they couldn't do it because of the money, as far as like actually taking you know the stuff, that it's in the spirit of My French Community is like, well, we are still here for you in whatever capacity that you can be. So that invite, you know,
you can join every month.
Yeah, and I think
you're welcome to join every month and to interact with others, connect with them, use the use them as a resource, and you'll have the forum. You have the forum. You can use that as a resource. I know it's a mess that needs to be thought a little bit better, but
Right. Now what will happen?
I'm a two-man shop, so it's
Yeah.
and we're very small, and we're
But it's growing.
right. Currently I'm not 100% of my time on it, even though I give a lot of time to it. So, and Isabel.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. May 3rd, right, is where we're at the moment. This party,
yeah.
but it's, I think, important to recognize that you and I reconnected March 5th. I think it was the first weekend of March. So in just 2 months' time, you look at what the website has to offer and how much clarification there is now on the pricing and all that other stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah. There's, in just 2 months' time, like, so much has been done, like, and it'll only keep growing further. Now we have that momentum.
Thank you for the second chance.
Yeah. So here's the thing. On Monday at 1:00, you and I can go into the Zoom early, right? You just don't admit anyone until like maybe 5 minutes to 1:00. But let's say if you and I got in there at 12:45 or something, just to make sure that everything's working okay. While you're talking to people, I will run the chat, okay? And if that way, if you're in the middle of talking to someone, whatever, all you have to say is, "Hey, Achilles, can you put up?" And I can always throw in, because if people are in the chat talking a lot, you sometimes have to keep throwing the link to the website. I'll have that ready, right? Your email address, I'll have that ready.
myfrenchcommunity.com.
myfrenchcommunity.com.
myfrenchcommunity@gmail.com.
And gmail.com. Those two things. And it's so nice that they actually go together. Very simple. Simple, easy to remember.
Now I also have myfrenchmba.com. Everything that starts with my French, you could put Rafa at my French something, and
but here's the thing. You can, that is with My French MBA, right? You can list that as one of the domains that gets, if someone clicks on it, that it gets redirected to your website. You can do that.
Yeah, I can.
That way as you paid for it, and I know you love to use that. And depending on the crowd that you're with, if that's what they remember, then you just tell them, My French MBA.
It would be great, to be able to, have all of these alumni fluent in French that have gone through the process, and people who would still be interested in connecting with the French community, because once you're fluent, maybe you want to connect with them, and almost like a school, the school provides that. You're frozen, Achilles. And if you have that on the forum, people who have become fluent because they've done that French MBA with My French Community. Yes,
I wasn't frozen. I was reading your cap because it says O'Keefe, and then is that from like Diane O'Keefe?
Yes.
How did you get a hat from her?
I bought it on YouTube. So yeah, actually her husband Aaron has a music foundation for kids. You should definitely check him out.
Okay. What is it? What is the organization called?
O'Keefe Music Foundation.
O'Keefe Music Foundation.
Right. O'Keefe Music Foundation.
What is that how you pronounce it? Is it two E's at the end? No.
It's like OKEEFE, I think.
Yeah. So I thought it was O'Keefe, but
yeah. By the way, O'Keefe Music Foundation, we also recommend that. So yeah, they what is it that they do? They do music. They record talents in professional conditions. They produce video clips of them, and these talents happen to be kids. So actually, Diane shared a video today of her new video that they produced. I didn't check it out yet, but
okay. Yeah. I did remember something. So in the thing on Monday, as we're talking, you're chatting with people and so forth. Is there any kind of like let's say Rate My Agent or something like that, some kind of thing that you might refer a website or a show or something like that, where someone's like, or what is the Jedi topic of the month? What is that? Do you know what it's going to be? Have they decided? Or do they pick that on Sunday for the rest of the week?
Are you referring to the Jedi, the Change My Life, or the Jedi topics?
I know that Change My Life is one thing, and the Jedi topic is a different thing. But I'm just trying to imagine what some of the things people might ask about while they're
the Jedis. Yeah, for the Jedis,
I could just put the link to the Jedi page.
Yeah,
right?
So it's on Rise, the forum that's entirely free, and it's under the category Jedi. So I know it can be. I called it the Masterclass Jedi. So it's actually there's 19 prompts, so 19 topics that I created on the Masterclass Jedis. This week's topic chosen by Emmanuel is how to enjoy being yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
He comes up with good topics, that guy.
That's a topic I offered, but I was inspired by a life coach. And actually, so her name is Brooke Castillo. She has a podcast on YouTube. I recommend it. And I heard about Brooke from Clotilde Dussolier, that we also listen to her podcast on Sundays. We discuss around her podcast. She's a French life coach. And
a French life coach. Wow, that's okay. That's awesome.
She was also somebody who was very successful before being a life coach, and she coaches in particular. She coaches women who have kids and who struggle a bit with their lives. And
did you give any thought to when people come into the party?
By the way, Clotilde Dussolier, if you want to join that party for 20 minutes, I'm sure she's successful and she has other things to do. And I don't know her personally, but the other day I was talking to someone from my cohort from the Alt MBA, Godin's Alt MBA, who was also going through that certification by Brooke Castillo, and I think she knows her, also a successful woman. Anyways, it was a joke. I mean, but
well, let me tell you something. If you get a French life coach to come to the party, I'm sure everybody would be all too happy to have it. And
that's
maybe eventually
instructors. If you're an instructor and if you're teaching French, if you're posting stuff, you're more than welcome to join.
Well, and understand, Rafa, that this is something because you're committed to doing it every month. What will end up happening is that all for the rest of this year and moving forward, any of these people will say, oh yeah, this French thing. Well, you know what? You should come to the party. They'll always know it's the first Monday of the month. And then the party will grow. But as it grows, we'll also get better about how to throw the party, right? So that's fine. But in this party on Monday, when someone pops in, so let's say it's you, me, Shambi, and Kiman, right? And it's the four of us talking.
Yeah,
and then
Kiman seems to be a great guy.
And somebody else pops in, okay, whoever that person is. When they come in, do you want to have? I think you should have just some kind of like an icebreaker question. So they're gonna say they have to introduce themselves. Okay, I'm Diane O'Keefe, and I've been taking French for 4 years. Blah blah blah, and then a fun question for them to answer.
Exactly, I'll prepare that and I'll post it on Rise. But there are very basic questions that we can ask. What's your level in French?
I'm saying also, but something that'd be like fun for a conversation.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, something that kind of, because it is a party. So
you're the expert, because I read your book. Your party was the most successful one, and it was very lucrative.
Well, actually, yeah, that party was a lot like the thing you're doing on Monday. It started off, I'm telling you, I had 3 people and I was just like, oh my God, this is like so awful. And I had to work so hard every Monday to build it. But the thing is that my rule was this, is that when people showed up to the party, and I did this with my own party, so that I throw in my apartment, is that whenever I would throw a party, if only 2 or 3 people come, I have to then make the party be a way that those 3 people are like, oh my God, I'm so glad no one else showed up, because I got to have all this like quality time and all this fun.
Yes.
So you have to make them feel happy that no one else showed up, as opposed to them thinking, "Oh my God, this is so boring and busted." Now, as a host, it's a lot more work, right? As a host, to make these 3 people feel like it's all great and wonderful, because if you have 50 people, they just talk amongst themselves. Great. So, but that's why it kept growing, because people will show up hoping that there will be no one there, but there'll be a lot of people who come in, and then it was still a party. So,
Yes.
but it grew. It eventually grew, word of mouth, people bringing friends. Some people showed up once, never came back again. Some people showed up every single time, no matter what. So it'll definitely grow like that. But when people come and to introduce themselves to something, like, that's what I'm saying. Whatever the question is, just kind of phrase it as in, like, it has to be a question that they would want to answer, because that's something you and I talked about, something that they would be so passionate about that they'll forget about the language thing, because somebody might not have been practicing their French for the past 6 months, right? They're just coming back now. So something where, because that's one thing I like about the change my life thing, is some of those topics. It's like, you usually pick something that's like, yeah, I do want to talk about that.
Exactly.
Sort of thing. So whatever, that can be. Who's your favorite French character of all time? And somebody might say Ratatouille. I never saw the movie, but I know that's a
Ratatouille, yeah.
a French mouse running around in the kitchen is disgusting.
Yeah.
But everybody has a French Pepe Le Pew, which apparently is now taken out of our culture.
Yeah, this is what. Why is it taken out of the culture?
Because Pepe Le Pew, Pepe Le Pew, when we were, when I was a kid, you're younger than me. There was a skunk and a cat,
Yes.
but the cat accidentally got paint on its back so that it looked like a skunk. And so Pepe Le Pew would chase the cat around because he wanted to have the cat as his girlfriend, right? And he just loved, and the cat was like, "I'm not a skunk." They never talked. There was no really talking. So Pepe Le Pew would say stuff in French, but she was always just trying to get away. But he was always like grabbing at her. And so now in this culture of like how men are supposed to behave and you need consent, they don't. I mean, I shouldn't be laughing, but as a kid, I just thought he was very romantic. I think that's why they made him French. That he was being so aggressive, but it's romantic because he's French. But he really was chasing her down and holding on to her and wouldn't let her go. And like, it was all crazy. So now Pepe Le Pew is one of the many things now from our our new elevated culture.
Yeah. I see your point. I see your point. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, and
but it was
you need to sign a contract before you have a relationship with someone.
The word consent is very, very important. So like, I'm trying to think now who would be my favorite French character. I think was my favorite French character is, his name is North Star. He was from the comic books. He's a superhero. He's French Canadian, but to me, I guess he's still French. And he was very nasty. Like, he was always just like, there was a superhero team of Canadians, and there was the twins that were French Canadian. All the other ones weren't French, and that's how I understood the difference between the French Canadians and the regular Canadians, because apparently there was like all this like back and forth, and like the French Canadians thought they were better than the regular Canadians. I don't know why, but that superhero, and he was French. I really liked him because I thought
what's the name?
His name is North Star, and I think his name was his sister was Jean Baptiste, or maybe that was his name.
North Star.
North Star.
Okay.
They were great.
Okay, yeah, I see.
And his sister, they had like silver hair. They could fly at super speed. They were very fast.
So by the way, Pepe Le Pew in France is Italian, I think. So French have no idea that's French for Americans.
Wait. So you're watching it in France. Pepe Le Pew is supposed to be Italian?
I think so, yeah. In the French version, he's Italian, and probably in the Italian version, he's, I don't know, Belgium or
so maybe
or American. Who knows?
Let me see. Pepe Le Pew is maybe he was supposed to be French then. Oh,
I don't know.
No, he's French.
Yeah. French. In the original version, yeah.
I wonder why the French changed him.
Okay. You see, it's because this thing is off. Yes. That Reverberates. It seems I'm shouting a little bit too much.
Yeah, I told you, my roommates say the same thing. Only with my Zooms with you. With everybody else, they're like, you never yell. It's only with
All
him.
right. Do we have like, so I'll think about, so bottom line, I'll think about a few questions that are fun. I'll share with that on Rise.
Something that'll make them want to talk.
Yeah. I'll send the invites again. If you can share with me that little postal.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send that to you as soon as we're done. I'll send it over to you. And if maybe for some people, like, what's your favorite French food? Everybody loves food. Everybody but me loves food.
Or what's your favorite French book or writer or movie or yeah. Or it could be also open questions so that.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about that? What's the favorite thing that you like that's French? And then they'll go ahead and we'll talk about that. And then I will probably talk about, that superhero, because he was, it was the first time. I was only 6, but I remember thinking, like, that's how I began to think that the French were very arrogant.
Yes.
Completely based off of these 2 French Canadians, and so therefore they're not actually French or Canadian, but they were kind of like that. Very they thought they were better than everyone else, but I still liked them because they were like, I like their powers and all that other stuff. But everyone's got their own experiences. And he ended up being, the reason he was so nasty is because he was in the closet. They ended up making him gay. So so then he became even more, my favorite.
Yeah, actually, French people have that reputation, right? In the American culture.
But what I don't understand is that French do have their reputation, but so do Americans. That's the thing. Like, Americans are known for being very arrogant. Americans just don't think of themselves that way, but Americans are. I think Americans are more arrogant than the French in terms of how they treat everybody, even each other. My God, I don't know if French treat each other in an arrogant way. Do you think so? Or is it that you all, like, the French all think we're great and everyone else is trash? Or do they think me, myself, the person, I'm so great, and everybody's like?
I think everybody in a way have that a little bit. it's a natural, it's human to think that you've got something going on for yourself. I don't know.
Because some countries are very, very welcoming.
Yes.
Mexicans are very, very welcoming in the country. Yes. And for other Hispanic countries, when somebody wants to become a big pop star or whatever the case may be, or salsa or whatever, a lot of them will go to Mexico to build up their career there, and then go back to their country a superstar and so forth. And many of them end up not recognizing how Mexico helped them build their career once they go back to Colombia or to Argentina, wherever. And even with that, the Mexicans still are very open to having other people come and building their career. The Mexican culture in that regard is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, really. I think in the Latin American culture, because there's a fine line between poverty maybe and also violence. There is this. I'm thinking about the Colombian culture. There's this culture of helping each other and being kind with each other, much more than in a country like France, where most places are secured, and therefore you can treat others like shit.
Yes.
But yeah, I forgot I had something else to share. But yeah, so May the 3rd is Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'll reach out again. I'll send a Zoom link. There's so many people who have been who have been part of this, and I want to say that it's been very rewarding, and everything is thanks to you. Well,
and thanks to the vibe that you have put through the people the rubies, the baby warriors, all that. When I'm on Rise and I'm looking at the way people,
I'm saying, when I'm saying to you, I'm saying, of course, to you.
Right,
but I'm also like, I'm talking
To
about
your
everyone.
community.
Like, of course, to you. I mean, if you didn't give me a second chance,
Well, no, you're saying
we
it
won't be
to the
here.
community. You're saying to your
Exactly. But
community.
like everybody who's parts, like who took place in this, you know, be it for, was it for a month or was it for, you know, a free session or anything, um, you know, you make that interaction valuable, um, and I want to thank you for all of this, if you hear me.
If you hear me. Okay. All right. So then I'm gonna send you that. I'm gonna clean up the rest of the site now that we have that
Including
nice,
you.
including that nice solid
Including
template.
you.
We'll have that. I'm gonna send you the picture so you can go
Yeah.
ahead and promote it. I'm going to today's Friday, so tomorrow Saturday. So Saturday, I'm gonna post some. I'm gonna do the same posting also. I'll put it up there. Maybe I'll throw the picture of me and you when I was in Jersey, so people can. That way, people don't think that I'm just like throwing up some Facebook ad. You know, that's actually something to do with me as well. Um, and who knows? Maybe somebody who wants to learn French will contact you through me. I have no idea.
Yeah, just
But
PM me on Facebook or send me an email or
yeah,
anything.
they'll send it to that, my French community at gmail.com. Like I
You know,
every
whenever I have I'll put in some time to meet you if I don't know you or if you don't know anybody in the community. And yeah, every month, the same drill.
every month, the same drill. Exactly. Okay. All right, my friend. So is there anything else that you need uh from me beforehand?
I just want to say that it's really enjoyable to be in this journey with you, and it seems like I'm learning how to enjoy that journey. And you're teaching me this as well as the other French conversers, the other members, whatever French, my French community is teaching this to me. And yeah, I want to thank you. This time it's
But I mean, and for me, that is really really important that the person not just be making all the accomplishments and you have the achievements and you're getting whether it's the subscribers or the likes, whatever, is that you're actually enjoying that time.
yeah,
That's the difference. Like I said about the people at the bar, like if you think it's just about like, oh, when I reach this point, then I'll be happy. That point doesn't really happen. Doesn't work that way. So to just kind of enjoy that.
exactly. You know, when we started, I didn't really understood the way you were working. You know, me being a little bit of these old patterns of a people pleaser, not being able to be assertive and tell you things. It was kind of confused of in terms of how we were going to, you know,
Build.
build and work together. And I was resentful at myself for not being assertive. But actually, you showed me a different way that I wasn't aware of, and I'm so grateful for that because it impacts all of the other parts of my life. That that thing that you that experience that you provide right here, um, to be able to enjoy the moment and not care so much. I know that, you know, Diane was saying it, maybe I was saying it, but there's a difference between actually experiencing it, you know, and you can say things, you know, but what is it that you're doing? Give me the action, give me the doing, you know.
Right.
and
Right.
and that thing, you really are a teacher in terms of that thing to me. Planetachilles.com. You know, small businesses for big ideas. No, big ideas, was it?
Small business with big ideas.
Small business with big ideas. um, we're entering that era of you know, the blockchain era, and it, you know, have being able to have entire communities to adopt that new technology because it's in their favor, because it's you know, that new um, economic model, that tool allows that new economic model, in my opinion, and it gives those who create value more of that value. It redistribute the value more to these people. So it's only a matter of time before people realize that and switch and go to the decentralized world. And so where there is a little bit more of this win-win um, business model. And so being able to do that, like you, like being a leader and teaching me these things and having a community, being aware of that. I see myself like I'm learning, but I also want to teach that small piece, that new tool to others to be aware. And yeah,
And to
it's unrelated, but somehow I skipped.
Well, no, because I think everything that you're saying is applies to people wanting to learn a new language. If someone's trying to learn French, it 100% goes that way. It's like you want to, instead of it being like, okay, every day I learned 20 new French words, and this is what I'm doing, and then by the end of the month I'm going to have 1,000 French words, and then it's not that. It's that you want to enjoy the communicating with other people, immersing yourself in it, and through conversation you're sharing, so that guess what, not only did you become fluent in French, but now you have friends who also learned French with you or already knew French. You learned from them, doesn't matter, but the experience of how you learned it is where the joy can really come from, and not just be about the result. And it's important also because you never know how long you have to live, right? If you're going to live 90 years or you're going to live 20 years, or whatever it is, you want to have that life be full of the best of it. Because even if you live to 90, but you waited until 80 to retire,
right, exactly. That's a very good point, that people think that in the future there's this achievement that will make them happy. We don't know how much time we have.
Or people who think, oh, when I get married, I'll be happy. Or when I find somebody, I'm going to be happy. I spent, as you read, a long time thinking, once I find that person, I'll be happy. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right.
And what I just want to say that, but the internet is providing all this new space for you, all this new convenience, it's easy, it's so free, Zoom, it's and there are new ways with the that are emerging that have value, that can bring value to people where they are. Also, there's this, like Mercy, she's in Nigeria, and she can join on Zoom prior to her trip to France, and level up in French before she gets there, so that when she gets there, she'll be able to take advantage of everything else, and not have to struggle with the French language so much. And these new offers, this in the internet, the internet is a miracle, and that new tool brings is game changing in terms of how the web can actually create value for more, and in the long tail of it, and at the same time having a sense of, as you wrote, a sense of being part of a community. So yeah, you can be in a small group, and at the same time, social media that happen on all these centralized platforms today.
Right, because you have the comfort, the security of being in this small group as you are immersing and learning French, but you have these like monthly parties as a reminder that this is also part of a greater network, greater community, and that you're able to connect with people in that way as well. So all those pieces, bit by bit will start to fit together. Like I told you, I said, I have my vision for what my French community would look like and so forth. And all in baby steps. And now that we have a logo, I feel like part of my soul is.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, it sounds trivial, but it's pretty amazing that all of this knowledge that is in your brain right now, I can access it, live. I can have that chance. I can connect. I can share, and that leverage that can be leveraged thanks to the internet, thanks to books. So it's your book is going to be successful. I really recommend your book.
Yeah, I do have plans for that book, and your feedback on it definitely has inspired me as well to get to that, because I have to get my stuff together. That's what we're doing this weekend. Saturday and Sundays, all dedicated to that. So all right, well then tell Neil I say hello, and then we'll go into the Zoom at 12:45, but we'll probably connect
on Monday,
earlier on Monday, depending on how that date looks. And if you have any questions or anything, of course, I'll email you now the invite.
All right, it will be private, just for people to
Yes.
to know about that. Okay.
Yes.
Every month. It was great talking to you. I mean, working together.
Of course, of course.
And,
Yes. Tell Nila I said goodbye, and I hope to see her on Monday, and it'd be nice to meet Isa as well.
yeah, he hopes to see you on Monday, love.
Yeah.
Et surtout, garde ta flamme intacte, Achilles.
Yes. Now I say au revoir. Yes. All right.
Merci beaucoup.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Tschüss.